We have a couple of updates. First, Jonathan Davenport has declared that he will be chasing the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. This is from Kyle McFadden, who is covering the Georgia-Florida Speedwakes for DirtOnDirt.com. He shared this over on X. Last week, Jonathan Davenport told me he's 90% leaning Lucas Dirt and considering the World of Outlaws. Notice this morning he never signed World of Outlaws Platinum membership, so I asked Lucas it is, and Davenport said Lucas it is. And McFadden went on to say he's gearing up for his 10th year on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. So Jonathan Davenport will be chasing the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. What's interesting about this is that he, I think, would be in the lead for the World of Outlaws if he decided to chase them. So I'm not really sure exactly how this works. I think that they might give them 300 points or something like that. I did find a set of rules that said that they get X number of points based on positioning, and I did the math, crunched the numbers, and Cody Overton was like third on the first night and then 11th the second night. And so I think that gives you, 272. You add the 300, then he's at 572, and so that's why he's in the lead there. If we scroll down here, we'll find Davenport. He's at 292. So you can see Jonathan Davenport here at 292. So if he did sign that platinum membership, he would be in the lead. But despite the fact that he would be leading the World of Outlaws, it looks like he is going to be chasing the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And obviously, 2 second place finishes are absolutely really good, and they take the best of 3, I think is what they've been saying, what Ruben Morales has been saying during the programming. Now, I'm still not sure what Lucas Oil does. I think it's like 5 of 10 or something like that, but they've had a number of cancellations, so it might be less than that now. But Jonathan Davenport, who would be at the top of the World of Outlaws, is going to go chase Lucas Oil instead. So I do find that is really interesting. Some other guys that I think that we are going to be seeing chasing Lucas Oil, or we thought we might be chasing Lucas Oil. Brandon Shepard, he's up here. He did sign World of Outlaws. He is in third right now. Ricky Thornton Jr., who still hasn't made up his mind, he's down here in 23rd, but he did sign. He's at 512 points. He didn't make the feature on the first night, ended up wrecking out in that last chance showdown race. And then he finished, 24 or 19th? I think he finished 19th in night 2. So again, I'm still not sure how that works. They have him at 512 points, 60 points behind Cody Overton. So, and I don't know, because then you got these guys like Daniel Adam, Frank Heckeness Jr., Jake Tim. They're all just kind of sitting at a flat 500. Dalton Wilson. So Ashton Winger is there too. And I don't think any of those guys, you have to correct me if I'm wrong there. I have to look into that actually. But I don't think any of those guys made the feature. So maybe they give them a flat 500. I'm not really sure. Maybe there's some kind of reduced points for these races at Volusia with the World of Outlaws. It's really confusing, and it's really hard to figure out what it is. And I haven't really seen them kind of talk about that or provide any kind of explainer. I wish they would, so we know what's really going on. Or maybe I've just completely missed it. But anyways, that is your update on Jonathan Davenport. He will be chasing the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series instead of the World of Outlaws. And then we've got races coming up tomorrow and Tuesday out at Needmore. And this is a big announcement right here. Jacqueline Rumley said, made it to Needmore for Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. Practice tonight and racing Monday plus Tuesday. Streamed on Hunt the Front TV. Hudson O'Neal will be wheeling the number 6. So Hudson O'Neal will be in the number 6 Rumley Longhorn out there at Needmore. This is a non-points paying race. We can go over here to the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series schedule. It says here non-points on Monday, non-points on Tuesday. This is basically what I was recommending when there was that discussion about do they race too much and people wanting to delay it. I was saying you have these guys come in, they do non-points paying races, so they're not losing out to other promoters, etc. And they just start their points paying seasons later in the season, but they can still have these kind of premier races, but they will just be non-points paying. Hunt the Front obviously is already doing that. They are ahead of the game, already implementing my what I thought was an original idea, but they clearly were already in on it. As far as who else is going to be there, Needmore shared that Dalton Wilson will be there. He unloaded 2 hours ago. You can also see that Carson Brown is there. I think they shared that already. Ryan Gustin is also there. He won the first night at Volusia, had a little bit of a disappointing night 2, so he'll be looking to recover. Again, there's another Hudson O'Neal one. He will also be there. We know he's racing in that number 6 car instead of the number 71 SSI. There's Carson Brown. We've also got Mark Whitener is there. I think if I recall last year, he said he was going to be like boycotting Hunt the Front. So maybe that was just for last year because clearly he's racing in their first races here during Speed Week. So maybe he's a little bit more forgiving since that boycott. I think it was Hunt the Front that he boycotted. And then Dennis Erb Jr. will be there as well. They said Jimmy Owens will be there. They said Drake Troutman is supposed to be there. Matthew Taylor is going to be there. They said Ricky Thornton Jr. is going to be there, but I think Ricky Thornton Jr. might not be going there after a disappointing start to Speed Weeks. He posted last night that he was going to be going back to the Kohler shop here in North Carolina and taking one of his cars to the Longhorn shop to get it repaired after it was involved in that wreck. And in that last chance showdown race. So I don't expect him to be at Needmore, and he seemed to indicate that he would be back in action at All-Tech. That was when he would be back in action with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Ashton Winger, they said he was going to be there. We'll see what happens with Ashton Winger. Obviously, had an engine failure on the first night at Volusia. He was in a bag. They went to like Tampa Bay to get a backup car. And he didn't really perform all that well. So we'll see what happens with Ashton Winger as well. But they did say back on January 13th, again, that was 13 days ago that he was going to be there. So we'll see what happens with that. Brandon Overton is expected to be there as well. We've got Joseph Joyner, Kyle Bronson, the killer. He had a really good run last night out there at Volusia, made a good run in his heat race. And kind of was able to kind of do a little bit better than what we might have expected after his qualifying run. So that was good. And then Ethan Dawson is supposed to be there as well. I think these are all the guys that they've officially announced. We'll see what the actual list looks like here, but obviously a lot of people are already there, pulling in, getting ready for practice. There is no check-in yet, so maybe we'll see that sometime later tonight when that practice comes in. Maybe if they're, I don't even think they have a list here. If it's listed, I don't know if it's even listed here. Pending information, so we don't have any details here, even for tonight for practice. So maybe we'll see that in the morning and see who all showed up to race in the practice night. And obviously, people can pull in and not practice tonight, but pull in tomorrow for the race. So we will see. But looks like we're going to have some good racing out there at Needmore. And obviously, Hudson O'Neal is in that number 6 car with the Rumleys. And then just to kind of recap, Jonathan Davenport will be chasing Lucas Oil now. So let me know what you guys make of all of this. And what do you make of Hudson O'Neal being in the number 6 car with the Rumleys racing at Needmore? And what do you make of Davenport here going to Lucas Oil, even though he would likely be at the he would be at the top of the World of Outlaws if he signed up with them? Let me know about all of this in the comments below.